So, right off the bat, is Nope scary? Not really. There's a couple unsettling scenes, a couple of jump scares, there's some good tension. As far as being scary though, it's not scary. I'll say this, I'm not losing any sleep over this one, okay? If you do want to see a scary alien flick, however, I got a recommendation for you. 1993's Fire in the Sky. That freaked me the fuck out as a kid, freaks me the fuck out now. A big part of that is the 20-minute abduction and torture scene. But the whole idea of that movie is just scary to me. And it's based on a true story. How about that? Nope is about the Haywood siblings. They are horse trainers and wranglers that have a business using these horses for Hollywood movies. Business is not going so well, and also there was a family tragedy, so the cash for them is kind of tight. But what's this? They noticed a UFO. Now the plan is to get some footage of the UFO and cash that in to save the business. But this was created by Jordan Peele, so we know that that's not what it's really about. Daniel Kaluuya might deliver my favorite performance of his in this one. Imagine a guy that grew up with very little exposure to other people, who also from a young age was raised to train horses. This is a person that's very good with animals, very bad with people. His performance was very held back, very subdued, and I loved that. You know exactly how he feels without his character actually having to say anything. That is good acting. And then you got Keke Palmer, the exact opposite of her brother. She's extroverted, fun, loud, a wonderful on-screen presence. Most of the humor in this came from her, and I thought she was hilarious. But still, she has some insecure issues that you can tell she needs to work out. And once again, you can tell how she feels without her actually saying anything. Good acting. The rest of the cast, also, they're just right. Every character fits their own role that benefits the story. I didn't see any characters in this that felt out of place. Brandon Perea, the attitude of this dude for what his job is, was fucking perfect. Everyone knows that guy. Everyone has dealt with that guy. Michael Wilcott, he killed it. Kills it in this. He was so funny without needing to be funny. It was pure attitude. Glenn from The Walking Dead. I know it's Stephen Ewan, but he'll always be Glenn in my heart, okay? Now, this guy was the most interesting part of the story for me. If they made a movie just about his character and about how this crazy incident that happened to him as a kid affected his whole life, I would be completely on board with that project. There's a scene that his character is in that's the most jarring scene of the movie. It like shook me to the core. I'll touch on that in a little bit, okay? How was the third Jordan Peele movie? I thought it was good. And personally, I thought it was my favorite of the 3 movies that he's made. Get Out was cool and surprising, and it put Jordan Peele on the map as a director and a writer. But the second time I watched it, I felt like it didn't hold up as well. Us had some good elements, but the scale of the absurdity, that was too much for me. Nope just tones it way down, and it's simplified. It turns out to be a style of horror that's geared more towards my preferences. And that style is a creature feature. The trailer is a bit misleading, obviously. It's not quite what you think, obviously. And I thought that mislead was beneficial. I liked the direction that Nope went into. Jordan Peele flicks always have some kind of social commentary, and the message here was loud and clear. And he's absolutely right, and when you really think about it, it is some fucked up shit. The most direct example of the point he's getting across is in one specific scene, the one that I was talking about earlier, remember?
It like shook me to the core. I'll touch on that in a little bit, okay?
It's a flashback. I thought that this scene was very unsettling. I was uncomfortable watching it, and it did freak me out. It drives the meaning of the overall story directly into your gut. If you're not picking up on what this movie's all about, that scene will spell it out for you. And when it's over, you're gonna be sitting there like, fuck, shit, oh my god. As far as this movie goes, as a whole, it's not overly complex. It builds a good story with very good characters that come together naturally. The camera work is great. I was surprised with just how good the scenes filmed at night looked. I don't even know if they were actually filmed at night. I don't know how movie magic works, you know? You also get a lot of good scenes tracking with horses that I just couldn't get enough of. And with that, the landscapes looked fantastic. There's not too much humor and it's not forced on you. It's balanced. And a lot of that humor is banter between siblings. That is very relatable. As this thing wraps up, I thought it had a solid conclusion with a solid message, and Jordan Peele leaves us, once again, disappointed with humanity. See ya! Subscribe!